Ooh.
Don't hurt yourself now.
So look who's back. Now, I've always been jealous of this one's swing, and it's only getting better every day. I have to catch up. I just had this amazing breakthrough last Sunday, copying this girl's grip, and I figured how to instill the right task to benefit from that grip. And I can't wait to show you. It gave me 15 more yards throughout the bag. My Blade 7-iron, which is at 172, is now 185 stock. Less effort, and my swing looks more compact on top of that.
Yeah.
And now I'm over 300 yards carry with the driver. And all because of her. It was a good move I made there. So before we get into the juicy details, please take the time to subscribe to the channel and take the time to comment or question down below when we're done. Give us a nice thumbs up. It really, we would love to get that help in the channel. We really appreciate it. So without further ado, notice I have, this was set up by a student of mine. And here's what I feel as a lefty, because my left-handed swing's been 2 to 3 miles an hour faster than my right-handed swing lately. And I also have to have a slightly stronger grip from the left-handed side. And we've been talking about how a kinetic chain from a human being, you can't push on a chain. And my dominant hand is my right hand, and I had a tendency subconsciously to push a little too much with my trail hand. So going and taking a page out of Savannah's book, I get into a position here with my lead arm, and this is what it feels like when I want to tag a nail. So I'm going to tag that nail through the door frame here, and notice how strong that grip needs to be. Let me show you something that's really going to wake you up as far as strong grips are concerned. And by the way, 150 out of the 200 top players in the world have a strong grip. So it's worth listening to. So if I'm going to hammer down, notice how the bones of my forearm, the radius and ulna, are stacked on top of each other for compression. Now, when I want to go that way, I'm not going to turn the hammer this way with my neutral grip and try to hammer the nail like this. Imagine I had to go back and hammer that first nail now. See how crazy that looks? So this is not the strongest and most efficient position to be in to really compress. So now I turn it this way, and now it feels like I can really tag it. So what I did is I reversed engineered that and turned it over right-handed. So I got my hammer right hand, did the same thing. So if I put the club in my hands now, and what I'm trying to do is I imagine that I'm going to hit this shot with just my lead arm on it. And where would I need to be with the grip in order to feel like I can square up the club without the help of my trail hand? So if I start too neutral and the hand leads, that's way too open. Now I'm going to have to bow the wrist. Now I'm going to have to do a little body English to get this sucker to really square up. Whereas if I start in a position here, where all I got to do is just let it fall, now it feels like it can square up on its own. Have a look at Sav real quick. Sav, notice with that lead hand right now, you could easily square up the club. This is how Sav needs to be. There's her grip. Now put the other hand on. And that's why you see that the hands, you got a forward shaft lean here in our setup, because it's exactly the same thing as if you take a hammer. Here, you do it. Right? Now get ready to hammer that way. Yes. Notice when you get ready to hammer this way, the hand leads the hammer. So if you're going to hammer down this way, the hand would lead the hammer.
Yep.
Now when you go that way, it's doing the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So when you deliver with weight, so I'm using the weight of my arm hammer unit to deliver. So now if I do it this way, from my left-handed swing, that feels like I can really tag it. So I do the same thing right-handed, get in there, and now it feels like I'm really using momentum to pound through. It feels a little more awkward because it's not my dominant hand, but man, is it effective. So watch us hit a few shots right now. You'll see what I mean. So Sav's got a 6-iron here at 185, and look at that. Perfect.
A little thin on that one.
And you hit that thin.
Yeah.
So imagine that, a 6-iron that was carrying 180, and that was thin.
Yeah.
Very cool.
There.
Oh yeah. Now you're talking. Look at that.
Just had to close the face a bit.
Just close the face a little more.
Yeah.
That was compressed.
That was almost 200 yards.
So you carried that one 187,
Yeah.
right? Now, you had crept up to my distance.
Yeah.
And I am now feeling like I can breathe a little easier now. So this is my Blade 7-iron that I used to, my stock distance with this was 172, okay? So now I'm taking that super strong grip of yours, and I'm feeling like I'm gonna be able to square it up with just that lead hand, and I put the trail hand on. Now all I'm gonna do is feel the weight of my arm hammer unit and deliver through with the heft of that hammer. And look at that. So I'll hit a second one too there, Sav.
All right.
183 carry, and that was a little thin. 7-iron.
Yeah.
Like, I'm blown away because that was my beefier 7-iron from last year.
Because technically you should be a club longer than me.
Well, okay. Jesus, now you put it, now you brought me back to earth, right? So I'm feeling the weight of that arm hammer unit. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a, see that momentum that I'm using? Now I'm feeling the weight of that arm hammer unit. I'm gonna use that. And look at that.
A shot.
Look at that. Right?
Yeah.
Let's see what we got with the driver.
Okay.
Ooh. Look at this one stretch out. Oh my goodness, Sav. Holy.
That'll do.
Holy, look at that. Man, I got to chase that. That's crazy. This 293 carry. That was absolutely gorgeous.
Don't hurt yourself now.
So Savannah says, don't hurt yourself trying to chase after that one. I'm going to try my best to maintain my composure here and just use momentum to deliver my task in that direction. I'm going to hit a little fade down the left side and bring it back to that center line. Here we go. That's good.
Yeah.
That's real good.
Yeah, you got me.
Oh, man.
As you should, though.
But Sav, that's so exciting.
Your swing is a lot more assertive now.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, that was 313 carry. I can't remember the last time I did that, even on these machines.
I know, and you've been consistently doing that the past week and a bit.
So, like, I'm super thrilled. And I hope that that analogy really helps you out. For all of you who tend to force with that trail hand, it's actually sabotaging your swing because you get up here and you force it, all you're doing is imploding the accordion. But if you keep the focus here on that lead arm with that, like that hammer, gather and feel like the kinetic chain is pulling this through and you're not pushing and sabotaging with that trail hand, magic's gonna happen. And stay tuned, we're gonna have a nice little series on that on our premium channel to really help you out. wisdomingolfpremium.com. So stay tuned with that, and I can't wait. It's so exciting.